her. She's had that wonderful season. She'll take on 9 foes. Here, this is the Superfinal for the 2-year-old pacing fillies. They're often pacing. Good, even start. Leaving in the center, drives out Wicked Pace. Outside of her is Macapello Sealster. Inside of her is Millie May Hanover. Chantilly at the inside, 4th away. 5th to her outside, goes Out of This World Dale. Parked out is Wicked and Single from in 6th. Off stride, 7th at the rail, Darlene's Angel, self-destructed. Tall Dark Lady scrambles into 7th now. 8th inside to Lady Cafe au Lait. Then it's back to Barb Leahy. The quarter is cut in a vicious 26 seconds. Macapello Sealster into the backstretch on that lead. Wicked Pace in the pocket. Millie May Hanover 3rd. Chantilly back into 4th. Wicked and Single from in 5th. 6th inside to Out of This World Dale. Again McDonald quarter poles as here on the move comes Chantilly in the backstretch. Chantilly with the backstretch rush takes command at the midway point, 55-4. Chantilly leads to the far turn. Back into 2nd, Macapello Sealster. Wicked Pace into 3rd. Overland is Wicked and Single into 4th now. Backed up inside 5th, Millie May Hanover. 6th and up on the move goes Out of This World Dale. 7th outside goes Tall Dark Lady. In at the rail, Lady Cafe au Lait. And swinging to the outside goes Barb Leahy. Chantilly, she's got 3 lengths on them as she buzzes by 3/4 over there. 123-3 coming into the stretch, and it is Chantilly. Chantilly bumps up the lead to 6 lengths now. 2nd to Macapello Sealster, then 3rd outside Wicked and Single. Back into 4th is Wicked Pace, and Chantilly's cranked up the lead to 10 lengths in deep stretch, and it's all Chantilly. Chantilly with a brilliant Superfinal score here as she won by 8 lengths, and she stops the clock tonight in 150-2, defeating Wicked Pace and Macapello Sealster.
You know, as Kenny talked about, we maybe as horse players don't get excited about a 1-9 price, but you get excited as a horse fan to watch this level of talent, and Chantilly's just done it all season long. And I mean, she'll be one of those horses, Randy, that we just can't wait to see her next year.
Yeah, and she's going to grow.
She's up the lead to 6 lengths now. 2nd to Macapello Sealster, then 3rd outside Wicked and Single. Back into 4th is Wicked Pace, and Chantilly's cranked up the lead to 10 lengths in deep stretch, and it's all Chantilly. Chantilly with a brilliant Superfinal score here as she won by 8 lengths, and she stops the clock tonight in 150-2, defeating Wicked Pace and Macapello Sealster.
You know, as Kenny talked about, we maybe...
James McDonald, and as Chantilly remains perfect as she captures the OSS Superfinal for 2-year-old pacing filly. James, I mean, 26 first quarter, the fastest first quarter that you've been a part of with this filly. I mean, how relieved were you when you made that backside brush that was only 29 and change?
Well, yeah, I just kind of waited. I was happy to sit 4th and come first up. That's just the things great horses can do. But Tyler kind of slowed the pace down, and I thought, you know, it was time to take charge and just let her kind of, like I said last time, do her thing.
You know, you've driven some really great fillies, though, James. I mean, have you ever been more excited about driving one the following year like this one?
No. She goes miles and 50 like they're training trips. So I've been a part of some really great ones, but I got It's a Love thing coming up in a little bit. She was unbelievable, but undefeated on the year, that's pretty special.
Congratulations, James. Best of luck the rest of the night.
Thanks, John.
Tilly, 9 starts, 9 wins, perfection for this Miller Farms homebred. Their nursery in operation based in Stouffville, Ontario. Big Jim filly out of the Bettor's Delight mare Shiraz Sealster hangs her harness bag in the stable of trainer Nicolucci. James McDonald, who's in that Lampman Cup race with teamster Doug McNair. Scoring here in tonight's 3rd with this incredible filly, Chantilly. And an ultra-impressive mile tonight of 150-2 as she continues her domination in the rookie pacing filly division. Chantilly, the gifted Big Jim filly, scoring tonight in her Superfinal. Congratulations to longtime supporter of harness racing in general, but specifically racing here in Ontario, Mr. George Millar. His Millar Farms, the breeder and owner of so many great ones over the years. And who knows, this might be the greatest of them all thus far. It is Chantilly.
Here with the winning connections of Chantilly, here with the winning trainer, Nick Galuchin, winning owner and breeder, George Millar of Millar Farms. Nick, I'm going to start off with you first. Are you finally relieved now after a perfect season?
Yeah, it's been a long year. Just every week the pressure builds, but she hasn't disappointed us. She's just so special, and it's just been an amazing ride.
You know, I know she isn't paid up to the Breeders' Crown, though, Nick, so likely her last start of this season. But are you almost kind of like excited or happy about that, given that she has time to rest and gear up for a sophomore campaign?
Absolutely. I mean, looking back now, I wish she was in it, but you know, I'm sure she'll appreciate the rest and hopefully come back a little bit stronger if she needs to next year.
I mean, just take us through your thoughts, though. A mile of 50 and 2 on a pretty cool night. I mean, just how special is she?
She's just an unbelievable horse. You know, I could say it now, the year is over, but yeah, like I've never seen a horse do what she's done, and I'm just so grateful that we have her in our barn.
And obviously, you've trained some, just to kind of piggyback that point, you've trained some great fillies and some great horses throughout your career, though. Would you say this is the best freshman filly that you've, or freshman horse rather, that you've ever trained?
Best horse ever, I would say, for that I've ever trained. You know, I think in the future we're going to be pairing horses to Chantilly, not any other horse I've trained. So yeah, just really grateful that we got to have the ride we did with her.
It's been a joy to watch her, Nick. Congratulations, and we look forward to her next year.
Thank you, John.
All right, let's bring in George Millar, owner and breeder. And George, again, we talked about earlier in the season, you decided to mix the big gym with it was a Better's Delight, I believe, crossing, and it worked out in wonders. Is that something that you're going to look to continue to do?
Oh, I got a ton of them at home. I took most of the Better's Delights. You know, I've been breeding the big gym, and I come out with good racehorses. I mean, sometimes not. You know, you don't expect to get as good as Chantilly, but you know, we had Prohibition Legal, and she's a pretty nice filly. She made over $1 million, so it's just a good cross. And Nick does an excellent job. He's got a lot of patience training him down. So, you know, you can have good breeding, but you got to have the right trainer, you know, that takes her time and knows how to pace him. And that's one of the reasons why we didn't race her in the Breeders' Crown this year. Is we just didn't want to go through this season and have to ship her 800-900 miles and put her into a strange barn, strange paddocks after she's done this year. So we'll save that for next year. We don't need it.
You know what, we've seen some pretty quick miles from fillies throughout North America, but we haven't seen them be able to kind of showcase or stay the form like this filly Chantilly. I mean, just how much more impressive is it when you're seeing these sub 52, sub 51 miles, and she just looks so easy doing it?
Oh, I was in a restaurant. I was calling for a sub 150. I thought, come home in 26 and change. We'll get a 49 and change mile out of you after all. But no, that's amazing, because this is a little chilly out here tonight. But she's just, you know what, we got such a great team. We got, you know, Nick takes such good care, our caretakers, you know, our broodmare farm manager, Steve Samus, our blacksmiths, our vets, like they all just do a great job with the horses. And, you know, and obviously I can't say enough about Nick. You know, he was born to train young horses, and especially fillies.
You know what he always talks about, he gets a little bit nervous. You see a sigh of relief when she crosses the wire. For you, what's your demeanor like when you're watching her out there?
I was nervous. Do you know, I've been doing this 47 years, and I'm nervous every time every single horse goes behind the gate, whether it's a Chantilly or a horse just in a, you know, a non-winner's a 3. I'm nervous. And but that's where you get the adrenaline rush from. And but you know, I just love to watch them race. And but yeah, it's been a great year for her.
And lastly, though, you know, George, we've seen over the last few years some of the top Ontario sire fillies have come out of your barn. But just for you, what does the OSS program mean to you?
It's the best. The Ontario Sire Stakes program is the absolute best program in racing. And you know, you look at the money this filly has made, and she hasn't even left Ontario. And most of her races are going in Mohawk. You can't beat it. It's probably the most inexpensive one to pay up to. And you go for 100,000 every week or 140. It's, you know, it's just a phenomenal program. And I like what they did with this mid-season final now too. Yeah.
Best of luck the rest of the night, George. Best of luck the rest of the season, and we really look forward to watching her race next season and the rest of your horses.
Well, we got a little more pressure on Nick because we got one more colt to go.
Just a little bit, but this might ease the pressure just a little bit. Congratulations. Great to see you out.
Pressure off.
No, it might help him just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, there's Chantilly, who remains perfect here for trainer Nick Gallucci, winning driver James McDonald, and winning owner and breeder George Millard.